Now, I want you to, do you have maybe Linux or PowerShell, any of the two? We can even try it because most people use because many people use VS Code, just go to VS Code, it will work fine. I will illustrate from there. Yeah, please do that. So I want you to create a new project. Create a new project. So we are trying to see how you can expose an application to the internet. It doesn't matter, yeah, as long as it is a web application, you're running it on localhost. How can you make it available to others easily without going through a lot of stress, just from your machine? That's what you're trying to do. Why is it important? The reason we are doing this is because Safaricom requires you to use HTTPS for the callback URL. So we are hoping it will work. I heard some time back they stopped supporting it, but we need to test it ourselves. Yeah. Normally I've not tried it before because I have my own servers, so I can just run them from there.
So Michael, where do I go from here?
Now, after that, I want you to go to the terminal. Just look for the terminal. Now, I'm going to use Python because it's something I'm accustomed to. You can also use it, doesn't matter. Yeah, this is just for the exposure. Yeah, you can run your own application in either it's Laravel or in Node. It doesn't matter. For the exposure, you can just use this. I want you to install PyNgrok. I don't know whether you need to. Do you need to create a virtual environment? Okay. Okay, to create it, write Python. I don't know if it's Python 3 or Python, it depends. Then write option N, and then venv, or anything of your choice. Oops. Maybe it's Python 3. Python, okay, Python.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Sorry about that. Try to
so you're creating a virtual environment. If you don't know what it is, just follow blindly. It's nothing critical, yeah. Now you need to write a dot. Just write dot before that. Dot. No. You must say dot or source, then my env, then scripts. Space. Space. Yeah, space, then my env, then scripts, then activate. Let me send it to you via chat. Okay, before you start, okay, that's fine. Now you can say pip install. So this is the important part. We're installing a library that will enable us to do that. So pip install PyNgrok, PyNgrok, PyNgrok. Sorry, ngrok. Let me see. I am also getting confused. Okay, it is GRO, not GOR. GRO. Yes, then you press enter. GRO. So this is the only library you need to do. This is just Python. You don't even need to understand it, just do it like that. Now I want you to go to your browser. Go to your browser. And then on your browser, write ngrok. It's a website, yeah? Ngrok. You don't need to download anything. You just go with the flow. Now after that, go scroll downwards. Yeah, go there, login or somewhere there. Just click it. Now I want you to sign up. Sign up. So for everyone else, we are trying to expose our application online without having a domain name or even trying to move to a server or a hosting platform. Okay, now I want you to sign up in whatever form you want. You can use your Google account, etc., whatever you choose. So the dot is a command to run something. So we call it source command. Let me just send it to you. Yeah, let me just send this to you. I'll send it via chat, and then you can check it out later. Send it via chat. You can skip that, Salim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Nelly, it is a surprise that Windows did not require that. Normally from Linux, it usually requires. And also, I usually use it on Windows. Yeah, but you can check the source command right there. Now, describe your role. Just select student or something. This is just for the analysis. Or even if you're a software engineer, you can say so, etc. You can scroll downwards. Yeah, API gateway. Now scroll downwards. Continue. Just continue. I don't think it's a must. Good. Now after that, I need you to go to your auth token. So everyone on the left, there is something after setup. Down there is your auth token. So that's what we want. Now it is right there. Don't display it, Salim. If your security okay, it doesn't help anyway. Now you can screw. You see where we have copy down there. No. Up here,
Yes.
command line. No, not there. Just here. Yeah. Yes, there. So it will copy for you. Don't worry. There's no need for pasting. Okay, after all, it will be displayed. I'll remove it from the recording. Just copy it. Copy that. Now, I want you to go to your terminal. Okay, back to your VS Code. Go back to your VS Code. And then you paste. I'll just cut this part from the recording. Oops, it did not copy. Okay, now remove that. Go and copy it. I thought it does. You can go and copy. Go back. It was a privilege. Now come and paste it here. So basically, you are doing some form of authentication. Now paste. Good. Enter. Now, yeah, so you'll have to wait. Your internet is quite good. Okay, there it is. Now, after that, Salim, I want to believe that you can create a very simple Flask application. A very simple. Or do you have an application running somewhere?
I think I have a simple application running.
Yes, please run it. So this is what Salim is going to do now, is a sample application, yeah? So that we can show you how you can expose it to the internet. This is what Salim is going to do now. A sample application. It can be in any language, it doesn't matter. It can be Node, Express.js, it can be in Laravel, it can be Next.js, even it can be in React, etc. Any language. We are trying to expose it to the internet.
Just has to be any simple one, right?
Yeah, any simple. But it must be a web application, not any other. Even if it displays only one page, it's still fine. That's what we want. Yeah, like in this one, good. So this is an example of a Flask application. You'll see it is not any different from other languages. Yeah. So run it and then show them on the browser. Just run it and then you show them on the browser, the home page, the welcome page. So don't worry about the running, because I told you it doesn't matter. Do it in your own language, yeah? Do it with the framework you are accustomed to. The important thing is I want to show you how to expose it, yeah? So if you don't understand what Salim is doing, just know that you are trying to run a sample application. Salim is conversant in Flask, so that's what we are doing with Flask. Are you facing a challenge?
That's a long time.
Alright. Even if it's Django, anything works fine.
Let me try Django application.
Alright. Okay, great. So the local one is running at port 8000. So this is his application. This is a web application running on port 8000. If you can see that, give me a thumbs up, and you understand that, give me a thumbs up, please, for the rest. If you can see and understand that this is just a web application running on port 8000, give me a thumbs up. Okay, great. Now, Salim, I want you to go back to your terminal where we had the ngrok thing, yeah? I want you to go there where we had the py-ngrok thing. I'm not sure that it's still on, or you took it elsewhere.
I think I should. Yeah. Should I install it here?
Okay, let me see. No, you cannot do it there, because you must have the server running on one end, and then you must have the ngrok running on another end. Now, a simple enough, I don't know whether you can open two VS Code at the same time. Is it possible? Or yours is made to only open to replace?
I think I'm not sure, but let me try.
Okay, if you're not sure, let's not risk it. Just open PowerShell. It's simple enough. Just open PowerShell. It's the same thing, yeah. So it's just I didn't want to introduce you to another place. I just wanted to bring everyone else in a VS Code where they are comfortable. But it's fine. Just go to PowerShell. It's the same thing in the background. Now just select that. Now just do the same commands I told you earlier. Or if you know where you are, you can just go there and then you activate that. Okay, just create a new folder.
Let me just check what I created.
Okay, great. So for those who are coming from Linux, PowerShell is almost the same thing here. So nothing foreign.
So I think it's the folder that I was working with.
Do ls. Let's see what's
So
wrong. Indeed, it's the one. And now activate the again, and then you run it. Activate. Good. Now this time you don't have to do the authentication token again. You just run directly. Just run. So this is the run command you'll be running, everyone. Yeah. So just write ngrok http space http, then no, put a space http, then 8000. Now if it is running on 3000, write 3000. If it's running on 5000, write 5000. If it's running on 8000, write 8000. Please write 8000 because yours is running on 8000, port 8000, or yeah, I think it's 8000. Enter. Now I realized today that they made some little change, so I want you to go back to your, yeah, okay, this is good. Now you see here you have been given your account is Salim. It is a free plan. That's the version. This one is hosted in United States. Your web interface is that. Now I want you to go to forwarding and you copy that part, HTTP, some foreign stuff, then by ngrok and then up. No, not that part. Only the HTTP part. Leave the HTTP, only the HTTPS part. Yeah, only the HTTPS part. And then I want you to copy it and then you paste it on your browser. And also you can paste it on the chat. Others can try it here and see whether they can access your application too. Try to paste it on your browser. Enter. Now once you get here, you'll be told to visit site, so click on visit site. Oops. All right, so let's make a change. This I think is a problem. Let's go back. Now I want you to do Control C. Oh, this is a bad gateway. Okay, just do Control C. Now I want you to repeat the command again, but now do HTTP. Be comprehensive, yeah. So ngrok, but now at the beginning say HTTP 127.0.0.1. Not there, on near the 8000 hapo. No, achana hiyo HTTP hapo kwa 8000 andika HTTP. No, si hapo, achana na hiyo, nenda hapo, ndio, then colon // 127. No, so wakujua ni // after the colon. Alafu sasa ndo 27.0.0.1 alafu colon alafu the port number. Now enter, because sometimes the computer does not treat HTTP 127 and localhost as the same for some reason, yeah. So we need to be explicit at times. Let's see whether it will work. Please copy it. It works, yeah. So remember, every time you run this, you stop the HTTP, the ngrok, it gives a new URL. So always copy it again because it always changes, yeah. Let's hope it works. It will be very sad if it does not. $127,800. Try to call or open the address. Let me see. Was there? Check the other application is running. Please check. The one in VS Code part,
I
yeah.
think the application is not running. That's why.
It's not running. That's the reason. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it was not running. Okay, now run it, please. I was wondering why we are running. So Lancelot is asking, please repeat the command that opened the terminal for ngrok. Yeah, he has repeated it. I hope you have seen it, Lancelot. No, you can leave this alone, Salim. Focus on the other part. Just go and refresh it. Yeah, just refresh it. Yeah, just refresh it. Oh, he has not allowed in the hosts. Or Django has a lot of stuff. But you can see it has been exposed. So this is the site that is running on his machine, but can be seen outside. I think this is just a problem to prevent, just a security measure, but it's fine. Now, you can close your screen. I will illustrate on mine. You can stop sharing your screen. Yeah. Now, so that was it. I wanted to show you how you can expose your application outside. Yeah. If it was Flask, it would have been very simple, but Django, that I think it's a security measure. You have to add it in the allowed hosts, perhaps. I'm not sure how it works. It's not my cup of tea. All right, so now I'm going to take over and I'm going to illustrate on my machine on how we can do such a thing. So I'm just sharing my entire screen for ease. Now, what I'm going to do here, we have our code. So I'll close that. We have our sample code. We have our Flask application running here. So you can see our Flask application is running on port 5000. Yeah, so you can see on 27.0. Now, if I go to port 5000 right here, this is our movie application. So we are calling it Cinemasphere, and basically we have our movies over here. Yeah, and then why is this not loading? Anyway, it's fine. So we have our movies there. Now I want to make sure that everybody can access it, so I'm going to just do the same thing. Yeah, I'm going to open a new terminal, so they must be running on each side. Yeah, so I'm just going to say I'll be a little bit quick, so I'll make direction, and then I call it playground M-Pesa. I'll create my virtual environment, and then here is where we'll activate it. And then after activating, I will install ngrok. Yeah, and then after installing it, I will try it out. So ngrok HTTP. Now mine is running on port 5000. Yeah, so it's here port 5000. If you're using something like phpMyAdmin or XAMPP, most likely it's running on port 80. Yeah, so you can try port 80. I don't know how detrimental that is. Yeah, now I'll come here and say port 5000 and then wait. So now, as you can see here, my forwarding is in this one, so I'll just click on that. And right here, this site cannot be reached. Might temporarily have moved permanently to a new address. Let me see. Latency of 1112. That's a lot. I don't know why. Let's try it again. Okay, there it is. So I'll go and visit site. Yeah, and then when I visit the site, so here's my application. Yeah, so I can find it. I can even share it with everyone. So let me just send it to the chat, and then one of you or two of you can try it and then confirm that they can actually access it, and yet it is on my machine. Please confirm I've sent to the chat. Give me a thumbs up if you are able to access it. Yeah, it's nothing, there is no security risk. Yeah, just it is safe. Anyone confirm with a thumbs up that you're able to access that site on your machine or even on your phone. Even if you send it to your family, they'll be able to access it. All right, 2 people have said they are able to access it. That's great. If you're not, give me a thumbs down. If you're not able to access it. All right, I'll assume everybody's able to access it. So this is our application. As I told you, you must have like a front-end interface whereby you're able to do the movies. Now, this is coming from our database. So all these movies are in our database. Now, I don't want to come here and then I start writing HTML with you, writing CSS with you. We'll be wasting a lot of precious time, and yet it is a resource, yeah? So it is limited. We cannot come here and start writing. So on the side, I made this happen. So this is the how we want our application to be. And remember, it is for a cinema. So people want to buy a ticket for a movie. Now, when you check our notes, we said first of all, you should be able to have at least 1 movie. So you can see here, I have 12 of them. Yeah. So at least 1 movie. Then after that, I say that you display the movies. You should be able to display the movies on your front end. So this is my front end. As you can see, I have several movies right there. And then I said that the next thing you should be able to do, I don't have any 13 shillings to work with. My phone is off for my all right. Now let me change the prices so that we do not work with 13, we actually work with 1 shilling. Yeah, so let me do that. My phone is off. Maybe we can be trying with someone else's phone. I'll refine them afterwards. Let me see. So we want to change a few things. So I'll go to where my project is. I'll upload this on GitHub and the Google Classroom. So here's my application. First, let us go through. Maybe let's go through it briefly. Let's go through it briefly. Now, when you check here, we have the following routes. So we have the route for adding a movie, which is a post. Yeah. We also have a callback function, which is a post, and that's where you can find it. Yeah. We also have a for getting a movie. So I can decide to get a movie details. So let me try that one. So if I come here and say 127, let me see what this one entails. Here it is. So let me just try this out. Let's see movie ID, what it will return. So let's try this out. 127, then let me do that. Now, if I come here and say I want movie 1, you will see that these are the details of the movie. Yeah, you can see I have the movie, the date created, the description. So you can see after 30 years of service, Maverick returns to the train. The image URL is that one. The last updated is that maximum number of tickets we want to sell for this movie is 200. The movie ID is 1. The price is 13.5 shillings. The short time is, okay, that's a little in the past, but maybe you can move it forward here. Let's just assume it's 2025. Yeah, the title is Top Gun Maverick. And when you come here, you can see that this is actually the movie, and you can see there it is. Yeah, so it's coming from our database. So that's our API point. Now, the other API point we have is for not there. Where are we at? I hope no one has tried to pay. Anyway, so here we also have get movies, so we can also see what movies we have. So there it is. These are the movies we have. As you can see, there are 12 of them. Yeah, and then so everything is from our database. Let me just say that. Now I'm going to update. I'm not happy with the 13.5 shillings. Let me just try to reduce it. Let me try to reduce this. So these are our movies. Doesn't look fancy, but it's fine. I think I'm getting rusty. It's fine. Let's just work as it is. Now I'm going to clear. Okay, that's not how we do it. All right. That's not how we clear. So let me just clear before I run it. Now we are going to see. You will see the tables are the same. So this is how we print the tables in SQLite. So we have movie, ticket, push request, and then if you want to see the movies, I'll just say select star from movies. from movie. So here we see we have number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 until 12. Now I'm not happy with the price, so I'm going to update it. So price is called price, so I'll say update movie set price equals to 1 shilling. Yeah, like that. Now when we refresh here, we should see that's 1 shilling. We should see now it's 1 shilling. Okay. Yeah, so you can see in our movie, okay, it's loading. You can see 1 shilling, 1 shilling, 1 shilling. Even if you load on your machine, it will be the same thing. Yeah, 1 shilling. Now after that, we said that you need to give a book now, and then after booking now, you should be able to tell maybe people to select their name. So I can select mine, Baraza Michael. Then after that, you take the phone number. Yeah, so I wanted it to be a good interface that is easy to work with, so I'll just give my phone number. Then you set the number of tickets. Yeah, so you cannot move below 1, and then I can add the number of tickets to, let's say, 6. The moment I add, you see it's adding here. So 10 shillings, 17 shillings, 18 shillings, like that. So you can work like that. So I'm going to just book 1 ticket. Unfortunately, I had not tested this comprehensively, but let me see. So book a ticket. So it says processing payment. My phone is off, so most likely it won't work. So let's see behind here what we have. So here you can see payment initiated successfully. Check your phone to complete the transaction. Unfortunately, my phone is off. I think I forgot to charge it. Salim, can you work with yours? Can you work with yours?
Yes.
Okay, please let's do so. Now I need to make some. Okay, someone is trying on the other side. Okay, this is just query payment status. Now I'm going to do something. I'm going to stop the server for a moment. Of course, it's saying that unexpected error occurred. I removed. Of course, I stopped the server. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some printing inside the code. I'm going to do some printing, but let us go through it really quick. So in the code, you can see this is just Python. It is similar to JavaScript if you think about it. But don't worry, I'll also create I promised, and so I must keep my promise, I'll create a similar application using that. So here we have our database. It's called movie tickets. Here we have our secret key. It's a requirement. Then our base URL, we're using Sandbox. We are using M-Pesa token, the one we used. Yeah, this is for getting the M-Pesa token. This is for the endpoint for making the SDK push. We have something called SDK query. We'll not look at it now because I don't want it to confuse you. Then business shortcode. We have the M-Pesa passkey. I told you it comes from Safaricom. I said we have a till number, which comes from Safaricom. Then we have a callback URL. So in the callback URL, because our server is running on this one and it must be open, so I'll go and change it. Yeah, so I'll copy that, and then here I will put our callback URL. So instead I'll come here and add that. So I'll just replace it, yeah, like that. Why? Because remember, Safaricom wants something that is real, yeah, and because ours is real, we can leave it like that. So then here we have our consumer key. Then we have a consumer secret. This is just a Python code for the database. There's something called an ORM. Don't worry about it. The difference is I don't want to write insert statements, so I write it programmatically. I've sent you like a resource, a video, and even if you want to go software development full time, please ditch the normal SQL and adopt unless you want to be a database manager, maybe it can come in handy, yeah, highly likely. However, if you're just a developer, please ditch. It is my advice, yeah, ditch the normal select, insert, update, delete. No, ditch that, and now adopt object-oriented way of doing things, yeah, which we call ORM, which is an object relational mapper. An object is just, you know it in object-oriented programming. A relation, if you've done databases, you know a relation is just a table. So, and then you have a mapper. So object relation mapper. So you're mapping this object, this class movie, to what? To the relation movie. So here you'll see something like a table name. I'll call it movie. So it is being mapped. Anyway, don't think about it. It's not the main thing. Now, some may ask, but Michael, why are you doing that yet? It is difficult. Now, I tried the other way, and trust me, it is very chaotic. So I tried to do it using SQLite, using the normal SQL queries, and you can see the code is I can assure you the code is more chaotic, yeah, because I have to do a lot of things and you can get confused. So at the end of the day, I was like, let them just risk, because at the end of the day, it is a good thing. So you can say I tried to use the SQL, but to me, it's very chaotic, yeah. So something simple, something straightforward is what I have proposed. So we're going to use ORM. Don't worry about it. There are comments in the code to ensure that you are able to do well. Now, let me ask a question. If you understand line 21 to 39, give me a thumbs up. There can M-Pesa base URL, push URL, STK push URL, business shortcode. If you understand them, give me a thumbs up and you are familiar with those. Give me a thumbs up. Yeah, so those are the things that you have looked at before, so they're nothing new, just the same things that you have looked at before. They're in a passkey, they're in a consumer secret, and you have discussed on where you can find them. Now after that, now don't worry about this. This is just a database. How we create it programmatically, we call it ORM, so leave that behind. Now here, I want to believe that everyone remembers this code for getting access token. So you combine the URL, the base, and the other one, you put the header, that's the authentication, you put the consumer key, consumer secret, then you are given the access token. If you remember that, please give me a thumbs up. If you remember that, give me a thumbs up. Getting access token, how we are doing it, yeah? So we are bringing it, whatever we did, we are bringing it in our application. Then after that, we have now format for number. Remember we had it some time back. Now I'm doing it also in the backend, so that if it's starting with a 0, you replace it 254. If it starts with a plus 254, you remove the plus. Check if the number doesn't have the country code and add it, yeah? So there's that. If you remember that, formatting the phone number and why we do it, give me a thumbs up. If you remember that and why we do it, give me a thumbs up. Formatting the phone number. Formatting the phone number. Formatting the phone number. What about the rest? Please respond so that I can know we are together. Yeah, so that, yeah, good. Now, the next thing, now we have here something called index. This is basically what is serving this page, yeah. So this page is being served by that thing. So don't worry about it. That page is being served by that. And then get movies. Remember when I was getting movies, it brought for us a lot of movies in JSON. So this is it, yeah. So it's that. Then getting a single movie details. You saw we said movie 1, yeah, something like that. Then I added a 1. So that's it. Adding a movie, I realized I don't have enough time to implement it, as in for the front end side, time will have run out, but I'm positive it works well, yeah. And then purchase ticket. Now, purchase ticket, I realized later on I'll not be using it after all, but now we're interested in making payment. Now, making payment, remember I told you some time back that when you make payment, you get data from the front end, you bring it to the back end. So you bring the Kina movie ID, the Kina customer name, the Kina phone number, the Kina quantity. If you remember that, give me a thumbs up. You get it from the front end, you bring it to the back end. If it's a mobile app, if it's a web app, if you're using React, if you remember that, give me a thumbs up. If you remember that, give me a thumbs up. Okay, so maybe to jog a little of your memory, perhaps people are afraid to say so. Let me just showcase it here really quick. So this is our classroom. This is our classroom. This is our classroom. Now here we're at Daraja STK push cause, and at the Daraja STK push, I think at the moment I can be plugging this in. Plug this in just a moment so that you can see the payment instead of requesting it from others. All right, now here when you come to the classwork, you will see in lesson 1. So in lesson 1 really, yeah, lesson 1 we looked at an overview. So let's view that material. There it is. Okay, but move ticket purchase system. It's taking its time. We don't have time. Okay, let me just copy the link and paste it there. Okay, there it is. There it is. So let me just come on. In the moment this one can be charging. Do I have poor connectivity? Okay, now here, oops. Anyway, let's go to plan B. Now, when you check this document, yeah, the one we had initially, we'll jump all that. Now, when you come to here, we said that you display the movies, which you have seen how to display them. We select, the user selects a movie, it collects the details, then we create the ticket record. Yeah, but now before you create it, remember you send something to the backend. So when you come up here, we said that you prompt for booking details, then after that you submit the booking data. So you send the selected movie ID, customer name, phone number, quantity to the backend. In the front end, you can use HTML, but now we're using JSON, yeah? So that's what I'm trying to say. Then when you get to the backend is when you create the ticket record, you format the M-Pesa number, then you initiate the STK push. After that, you store the push request info. Now, I'll come here to the code and show that. So when the user submits on the front end, maybe I can even showcase it. So this is our front end. I'm going to go exactly where the user sends. So I'm not sure. I promise. Okay, fetch. Now here, not fetch movies. Let's come down, create movie card, open booking model, decrease booking form. All right, here it is. Now when you check this JavaScript, so you are handling the form submission. So basically you validate the phone number, whether it is okay. After that, we prepare the payload. So you basically send to the backend the movie ID, the customer name, the phone number, and the quantity, yeah. And then after that, we show the loading state. So basically you're showing the user that maybe you saw it there, so it showed that we are making the payment. Now where do we make the payment? You can see we are sending an API request here to API make payment. When you come to this other file, you'll see the same thing, API make payment. So you're sending that data to this endpoint, whereby we'll now do the processing. I hope that is clear. Please give me a thumbs up if it's clear on what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying, please give me a thumbs up. Yeah, data from the front end is being sent to the back end. Yeah, so our Flask application is the back end, but now the HTML file is like our front end. So it's being taken here, it is being sent to the back end using the JavaScript. Now once it reaches there, please, if you don't, it's not clear, give me a thumbs down. Yeah, so that I can recap. I want you to understand. All right, I'll take it that it is clear. Now, once you are there, what do? We ensure that you have all the data. So just a validation. If there is not, we'll just say, there's a missing field, yeah. And then we get the movie. So which movie are we dealing with? We get it, yeah. Then if there's if that movie is not there, we tell them, there's no movie. Because some people can try to manipulate. Then we check if there are enough tickets. Yeah, I told you that I introduced a new field called maximum tickets, so that if there are not enough tickets, we can see how we are handling. However, okay, let me not go there, because okay, you look into line 389. Basically, I'm only checking paid tickets, not pending ones, because if it is pending, that means that ticket is not sold. Maybe someone didn't have enough money, etc. So I don't consider it. And then, so here, I check the tickets sold and the quantity that have been given. And then I check whether they are greater than maximum. If they are greater than the maximum tickets we can sell, I tell them, no. There are no enough tickets available. We have only 3 or 5 or 10 or 100 tickets left. Yeah. So if they want to buy 120 and we have 100, we tell them, no, we don't have those enough tickets. We can only have 100 tickets. This is just some things to ensure that your system is robust. Then after that, we calculate the total amount. How much are we paying for all the tickets? So we say the movie price. Yeah, what is the price of one movie times the number of tickets we have. So if we have 3, we'll say 1 times 3, which should be 3 shillings. Then here we format the phone number. yeah, to start with 254 and not to have a plus, yeah. Then after that, we create a new ticket. So you can see this is how ORM does things. I don't have to write select, insert, etc, yeah. So I only write it like the normal program, yeah. So I just say I create a class and then it will be created automatically. So there is that. So that's how I create a ticket using ORM. So there is no, I find it very easy, very convenient, and you can do a project that will have taken a long time within a short period of time if you have ORM. Now, I hope, please, if you understand everything until there, yeah, give me a thumbs up that we get the data, we do some checks to ensure everything is okay, and then after that, we do some formatting of the phone number, and then we create the ticket record. If it's clear, please give me a thumbs up. I'm not using the normal SQL. Why I'm not using the normal SQL? I find it cumbersome. To be honest, I hate it, yeah, so I don't do it at all. Unless maybe I'm trying to test like I'd shown there to see whether I have data like right here. So it doesn't mean I don't have the knowledge to do it. I don't prefer it at all. Now, let's go back to our code. Now, after that, after creating the ticket record, remember the payment status is set as pending. We have seen the total amount, how it has been done, etc. Now, after creating the ticket, so if I do flash, it's away. I told you things are simple here. If I had done it the other way, it would have been a lot of work, but this one just gave me the ID of what was there. Alternatively, I could have even said new ticket.id, it would have given me. I love ORM. Let me confess my love. Now, here, you get access token for M-Pesa API. Yeah, so we just call the function. But you know in the function, when you go to the function itself, up here, you can see, you remember what was being done, yeah. So and then after that we'll return the access token for us to use in the STK push. If you understand that, give me a thumbs up. If you understand that, give me a thumbs up. That we go to that function, we retrieve the access token, and then we now use it in the STK push, because we need to be having an access token to do the STK push. We cannot use the consumer key and consumer secret directly. Now, how do you format the number in the code? Now, let me respond to that. In the previous classes, we say that normally we have numbers like +25411474238. Someone can also have +254 72588205565. Another one can have 0725820565. Yeah. Another one can also have 011474238. At least these are the numbers I know are from Safaricom. Yeah. Now, remember that you must not always have a plus, so there must be no plus. So you remove a plus, and then if it's starting with 0, you need to ensure that it is 254. Yeah, you remove the 0, then you have, if it's 0, you also say 254. There's no plus, and it must be like that. So basically, that's how you format. Why? Because Safaricom wants it like that, yeah, so we can do nothing about it. Is it clear on how we do that, Brian? Is it clear on how we do the formatting? Okay, great, yeah, so there's a code for that. You don't have to struggle yourself. I've done it even for the front end and for the back end. You don't have to worry about that. Now, so where were we? So we were back in our payment process. So we are doing our payment process, and then we created our movie. And then after creating our movie, this doesn't look good. Oh, sorry, we are not creating a movie. We are creating a ticket. So we made a payment. So what are we doing? We check if the fields we want are there. Validation is a good thing. Sometimes end users can be frustrating. Then after that, you format the number, then you create the ticket, then you get the access token. If there's no access token, you should give an error. There's something called rollback. Now, rollback means when a transaction fails, you go back to the nearest stable state. If you have done database formally, formally maybe in school, or as a course, maybe you have met something called ACID, I don't remember it much. I'm not a fan of theory. ACID, yes, ACID, if you remember something like that. So you need to be stable, yeah. So that's what a rollback is. So rolling back, you go back. This is the beauty about ORM. I need to emphasize it even more. Yeah. Now after that, you now prepare the STK push. Now that means that you have the access token. I love Python, it's Pythonic, yeah, so don't worry. We are just being Pythonic. So if the access token is not there, we'll return the error. Yeah? This is called an early return. I think it's also possible in other languages. Yeah, so here we are preparing the STK push. What do we do? Remember, the timestamp must be in this format. Okay, not this format, this is the way Python does it, but it must be YYY MMDD HHMMSS. The year, the month, the day, the hour, the minute, the second. That's how it must be. But Python, if you just do like that, it will create it for you, yeah? So it's called a strf time. Anyway, away with that. Just understand you need to have a timestamp. Then you create the password. Now, in password, I say that you combine three things. Even if you look at the revision questions I gave, you must combine the business shortcode, you must combine the passkey. These are given by M-Pesa. Then the timestamp that you generated here, you must always combine it. So what do? You take the three of them, you encode them. Now, I told you I don't understand why we decode, but when I was doing it initially, you know, sometimes I have a lot of things, so I didn't go back to check out. But Safaricom needs you to encode, but I did a decode and it works, yeah? So I don't advocate for this, but this is a scenario where it works and we leave it like that, yeah? So there's no need to touch it. Now, the other thing is now we create the STK push URL. Now remember, we're just combining the base URL and the other one. So maybe I can print it out for your sake so that it doesn't seem foreign. So I'll just come and say, I'll use an F string. This is the STK push URL to Safaricom. Yeah, I'll do that. Python is similar to JavaScript. Now, good. Now, then we have the headers. After the headers, remember in our class, we said you must give an access token, yeah, as part of the header. Then after that, you have the push payload. So I think we discussed this extensively. You give the business code you get for Safaricom. Of course, by then you have a business and then you have registered, yeah. So if you're working with a client, tell them to, actually you can assist them to register. So tell them to register for such a thing. We have the password, we have the timestamp, we produce them ourselves. We have the transaction type, we are doing buy goods online. Then we have the amount is the one you'll have. Now, if you are dealing in dollars, perhaps you'll have used some decimal, but Kenya shillings, we don't do cents anymore. Yeah, we don't have any 50 cents. I think we had some 50 cents some time back. Anyway, they are gone. Now we have party A. Party A is the phone. Then party B is your till number. Phone number is the phone again. Callback URL is the one I talked about. Yeah, so ensure you change it every time. I told you that ngrok. I'm not sure even whether it will work, because I think sometimes back ngrok was banned. That's what I heard. But if it doesn't work, we'll move to my server and then we'll try it out there. Maybe in the next class, yeah, we cannot do it right within this period of time. Then account reference, this will be very detrimental. Let me remove this, because if the ticket is 1,000 words, it will go beyond 12. So I'll just say movie ticket, yeah. Movie ticket should be fine. And maybe say movie ticket ID. Now, remember, if you are doing the normal SQL, I can assure you, you will have never done it like this. It is terrible. But now, because I'm using my beloved ORM, okay, I'm saying this because I want you to use it, yeah? It's a good thing, and since it's a good thing, I'm emphasizing because it's a good thing, so I'm emphasizing that you use it. What were they doing initially? So we are using movie ID. So I don't need to do any select statement, I just do it like that, just like normal object-oriented programming. Then we have the transaction description, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. Oh, this is bad. This is very bad. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. This is also bad. Anyway, let me just put some small things. Movie ticket, I don't know why they give a restriction if it is not going to help us at all. Movie ticket, okay. Yeah, I don't want to go beyond the numbers they want. Now, then, after sending, here's where we send the request to Safaricom. We are sending a post request. Please, remember it's a post request. Don't do a get request. Now, there is where we'll get the response. So I'm going to print the response for a sec. So I'm going to print the response. So I'm going to say print M-Pesa response. Now, when I print the response, we check, is it successful? How do you know it's successful? When the response code is 0, it means it's successful, yeah? When the response code is 0, it means successful. So here we have our checkout request ID. Now, after we retrieve it, so you see we are doing object-oriented. So you just retrieve it from, actually it will be a dictionary if you have done Python. So we retrieve it So I don't want to make it specific for Python. So in any language you do, you just retrieve the checkout request ID. We discussed that. Then you create the push request table. That's how you do it. So you don't have to do insert. No. That's how you do it. So I just create my push request table, my push request record, whereby I take the ticket ID I had and the checkout request ID I got from Safaricom, and then I add it and commit it. Then after that, I send this response back to my front end. Remember, the front end gave the details. Now I need to take it back to the front end and tell them, the payment was initiated successfully. Now check your phone. Yeah, after we have done everything. If it's clear, give me a thumbs up. If it makes sense from what you have learned, give me a thumbs up. If it's clear, give me a thumbs up. So we come from top, we get details from the front end. We check whether they are okay. Yeah, some simple things. We calculate the total amount. After calculating the total amount, we now format the phone number. We create our ticket record. Then we get our access token. Then we do the STK push. Now, once we get the STK push, we'll get a response, and part of the response will be the checkout request ID. Maybe I should also be showing from this one. So, what are we trying to say? I think we have it here. Now, let me just do with this one. So, we select a movie, we enter details, we submit that data to what? To our backend. Our backend gets the price of the movie, we calculate the total amount, we create our ticket record, then we get the ticket ID, we format our phone number. After formatting our phone number, we do the STK push to Safaricom. Then we get our checkout request ID, then we store it in the push request table. Then we return a response to the user and tell them to check their phone. If it's clear, give me a thumbs up. If it's clear, give me a thumbs up on what you're doing. If not, please give me a thumbs down. I will repeat. Please don't be afraid. Yeah. We are learning. Okay, what are the rest? How should I interpret that? Alvin, Denise, Electa, Emran, Hafsa, Hashim, Nelly, Rosemary, Sheila. All right. Now, if that's the case, after doing that, we'll get to the front end, then we'll do something. Now, I want us to try it out. But now, before we try it out, I will not explain STK query. I don't want to confuse you at all. Yeah. Now, we have done everything, and now we come to the callback. Now, let's see. I'm not sure whether the callback will come, but if it comes, we'll see the response. So I'll come and say print. This is a response from Safaricom on our callback URL, and then I'll say print. Wow, it worked. We are happy. Yeah, and then we print it now. So we say print our response. Now when you print our response, and then now when you look at the callback, now remember in the callback, what did I say? So this is our callback. Okay, I don't want to use that. Ilikataa saa zile, mbona tufanye nayo sasa hivi. Alright, so let's come here. I said in the callback, what do you do? If the transaction is successful, you extract the checkout request ID, you query the push request table and find which record matches. Of course, it is simpler if you use ORM, very simple. Then you find the associated ticket ID, and then you update it to paid, you update the receipt number, you update the transaction date. But I said here, since my database supports date time and not a normal string, I will change it based on my backend language. So I will do it, and then you'll see it. If it is failed, first let's look at how I'm handling the success. Now, so here I'm coming my callback function. So Safaricom sends a notification here. Yeah. Then after that, I do what? This is just a way of retrieving. I showed you how it looks like. Yeah, a little bit weird. So this is how you do it. Then so you check if the callback data exists. If it exists, that's well and good. You check the result code and the checkout request ID. I told you that it always has a checkout request ID. Now you find the associated push request. That's what I was trying to say here. What do you do? That's what I was trying to, not you. Here. That's what I was trying to say. You extract the checkout request from the payload, then you query the push request table. So here it's the same thing. When you look here, you'll see that my code says, yeah, it's a little bit foreign if you're not accustomed, but it is saying you query this table and you filter based on the checkout request ID that we had, and then you check the first record that we have. Yeah, so we have the push request. Then after that, if there's no push request, we just tell them no, there's no push request. Yeah, otherwise, if it is there, you see what is the associated ticket. So you get the associated ticket. So here basically we use some, just do it in your own language using the normal SQL, but this is just a way of doing things simpler. You see, I'm not writing a lot of things, writing a little code, and things are working well. If there's no ticket, you handle that. Now, if the result code is 0, remember 0 is a good thing. Yeah, if the result code is 0, what do? You try to, extract the amount, the receipt number, and transaction date. I'm not going to explain this because it's Python specific. Then after doing that, remember we are trying to convert the transaction date string to a date time. Yeah, as I said, it will come like YYYMM, just the way we sent it. It will come back almost the same way. So we need to convert it. Yeah, so once we convert it, we update the ticket as a paid one. So we update it as a paid one. We update the receipt number. You can see I'm not going to say update set this. I just do it like normal variable assignment for those who are conversant. Yeah, but do it your own way, it will work fine. Yeah, so we have that. If it is a failure, you just do the same thing. You just say it is failed. Yeah, and then there is that. So that's basically what you're trying to do for the callback. Do it in your own specific language, it's fine. This is just mine. I'm just using a more Pythonic way, a more object-oriented way. I find it simpler, I find it easy, I find it straightforward. But you can do it, it's the same thing. If it's clear on the callback, how we handle the data, give me a thumbs up even before we look at it. If it's clear, give me a thumbs up on how we handle the response on the callback. So a callback is basically an endpoint like any other. Yeah. It's just waiting for a response from Safaricom. If not, please give me a thumbs down. Yeah. If it's not clear, please give me a thumbs down. All right. I'll presume you're shy and maybe you're not going to respond on that. Okay, now I'm going now to try it out. I'm going to try it out on my machine. My phone is almost up, so let me just at 4%. 4% is good. So just give me a moment and hopefully everything works well. Yeah, we're not going to look at STK query right now. I want you to see it, what it does, and I'll explain it once we see it, so that it does not confuse you. It is my opinion that it can be confusing. Yeah, it can be confusing. So our app is running here. Oh, there's no app running. Okay. Our app is running here at port 5000, and then you can also see on the other hand, we can see that we also have our forwarder, our ngrok running here. Yeah, our ngrok is running on this other side. The ngrok is just for have HTTPS. Hopefully Safaricom doesn't bring a problem. Hopefully Safaricom doesn't bring a problem. So I'm just turning on my phone. Alright, there it is. Now, I'm going now to do the prompt. Hopefully it works fine. Bad gateway, what was that? I think I sent it here in the chat. So I'm just going to click on that so that you can access our movie. So I'm going to close the others because I don't need them. Now here's our app. Anyone can access it. So it is accessible. If someone makes a request, of course I can see here. So this was my own request here. Now after that, I'm going to now try to book. Which movie do I book? I want to go and see Oppenheimer. Yeah, so I'm just going to say book now. I'm going to put, so you can see the ticket is 1 shilling. Oops, what happened? Book now. Okay, my name is Baraza Michael. That's my phone number. How many tickets do I want to buy? Let's say I want to buy 3. Yeah, and then I go and book ticket. So it says processing payment. It has gone to the back end. Yeah, now Let's see when it comes to my phone. So we are processing the payment. Processing payment. Now you see here, payment initiated successfully. Check your phone to complete the transaction. Something has come on my phone. It is telling me to pay 3 shillings. So I'm going to pay it. So it does not say 1 shilling, 3 shillings, yeah. So I'm going to enter my PIN. Yeah, I'm going to enter my PIN. And then I'm going to wait. So I'm going to wait. Let's see how it goes. I'm going to wait so that we know whether I implemented it well or not. This is too long. Oh, there it is. Not yet. Let me just split the screen so I can see both ends. See what's up. So it says legacy API, the query.get method is considered legacy. Or is someone else doing the same thing? Highly unlikely. Okay, so that's depreciated, which is fine. This is STK query. So this is where we send the STK URL. Yeah, you can see it there. And then here is the response for the STK query. So error getting access token, connection aborted, remote disconnected, remote end, closed without a warning. Should we resort to our servers? All right. So let us see. Okay, doing indefinitely. So let's try another one. Maybe it's an isolated problem. Let me buy 2. Oh, still processing. Let me just refresh that. Alternatively, I think I can access my servers really quick. We can try one server. Which one? You cannot afford to create a server right now. So let me share my screen just briefly. I'll take my application to the server and then we'll try it from there. It's simpler. So here we have CinemaSphere. I've remembered. Sorry, I've remembered. Now, one challenge you'll be facing is, even if you go to HTTPS, I don't know why they do this. For some reason, when you're doing in development, they do not send the callback URL. For some reason, they never send it to the callback URL, even if you're in production. So I'm going to do something. I'm going to try to move to production, of course in your absentia, and then we'll try it from there, and then we'll proceed. So please bear with me on this, yeah? So just temporarily. That's another problem. Please take note of that. Even if you go, so sometimes when I'm almost getting into production, I remove everything that is in development, and then after that, I now resort to production code, yeah? So I realized that even I went to forums, they say the same thing, so I realize it's the same thing. So I'm going to stop my server. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that I can do everything in production, yeah? I have a server somewhere that can run well. So Chrome tab, window, entire screen. I want to stop sharing, yeah? Stop sharing. Okay. I have a server somewhere that you can use to illustrate. So that's a common problem. So sometimes you can just host it somewhere else. So let me see. Or use production code. I think it's an error on their end. Safaricom are terrible. Let me say so sometimes. Sorry for those who maybe are working there. I need to create a repository. Will I go with time really? So GitHub. I need to be really quick on this. So GitHub, create a new repository. What will I call it? So M-Pesa movie system. Yeah, and then I'll create it public. I'll add a readme file. I will create a template for Python so that I don't import certain things, and then I'll create the repository. Anyway, I don't think I'll beat time, but let's just do it out. Then I will clone it on my machine. Clone it. I will come here, do cd git clone. I'll clone that. Come on. Okay, good. I'll go inside it. So M-Pesa, yeah, M-Pesa movie system. I'll cp, what do I want to cp? M-Pesa project. I'll cp everything here, yeah, recursively. I'll clear. I'll say git add, git commit. I'll say this is a final commit, or yeah, final commit. Say sudo system ctl, sudo system ctl reload nginx. Okay, now so let me just showcase it to you really quick as we close. We'll check at it next time. So when I come here, where are we at? So that we leave on time. So hopefully it works. So let me share my screen really quick. Now, you remember some server I was showing you some time back about QUnity Foundation. So when I go to it, it should take me, instead of the normal site, it should take us to CinemaSphere. Yeah. So you can see now application is somewhere else. It's actually here. Yeah, so the next class will be using these and not be using like everything you've done, because I told you I need to move to production. To production is when they usually send the callback. So these are challenges you'll be facing. Yeah, so cheers, and let's meet in the next class. Yeah, when we look at this. Shukran. We'll meet in the next class where we'll now look at it. Sorry for... Unless if you have a question, you can leave behind and ask. Yeah, if you have a question, you can remain behind and ask. But we'll proceed.